Hey everybody, welcome to the team call tonight. Hi Katie, hi Emery, thanks for getting on live and listening in. Um, Tonight's team call, it might be some things you've already heard before, might be some things you haven't heard before, but I am excited to just kind of, refresh what to do in this business with you guys, because honestly, helping people build a business or build a consistently successful business is like my jam. That's what I love to do. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Take some notes, or if nothing else, I learned this from somebody else that you don't have to. I would rather you be taking notes or working behind the scenes. So listening to me or working behind the scenes and talking to your customers and inviting people and things like that. It is the end of the month, the end of the 2019. So take this time to not just listen to me, but also work your business. We multitask all the time, so you can multitask here too. So want to get started. Gonna get started and let's see. Just making sure everybody's muted. Okay, gonna get started. So building a successful business with Beachbody. I like to say that you want to build a consistently successful business with Beachbody. Yes, it's great to build a business where um, helped, you hit Success Club last month. If you don't know what that is, we're going to talk about it in a second. Where you hit Success Club last month, or you hit it like 6 months ago. Like, yes, that's great, and that is a success doing that. It's a success, signing somebody up for BOD in September or helping somebody with a refresh like this month or something like that. But you want to build a consistently successful business, especially if you're already doing all the things, which I know most of you are. You are being a product of the product. So if you're already, without a doubt, doing our workouts every day, or you're doing a program, drinking Shakeology or using Energize or doing a refresh every couple months, you are consistently being a product of the product, which is our number one, what we would call a vital behavior. And that just goes to show that, like, if you're being consistent using the products, you're liking them, you're obviously using them for a reason. So build a consistently successful business with your consistency that you're having in your personal journey. And so what I like to call a consistently successful business is somebody who sets a benchmark for them. It's a business where you set a benchmark for yourself. Now in Team Beachbody, we all talk about Success Club and how that's important to hit every month and achieve. But, I like to think everybody has their own goals. And I'm 100% on board with you setting your own business goals every month, just like we set our own personal goals, okay? So there's nothing wrong if you want to help 3 people a month and hit Success Club 5. Like, that will prove that your business can grow consistently and significantly over a year if you did that for a year. But if you're like, I really just want to earn like an extra $200 to $300 a month to help pay for whatever, XYZ. Well, maybe hitting Success Club 5 isn't the way to go for you. Maybe you talk about, I know Anne-Marie on here, she talks about hydrate. She loves that. Maybe your thing in your helping people is having a business goal each month that, like, you want to hit a certain amount of volume. So you want to do a certain amount of sales, not just challenge packs. You want to do a certain amount of sales. So I want you to think for yourself, what does it mean to me to have a consistently successful business? I'm just going to use myself as an example because that's all I know best. And For me to see, for me, I just use the benchmarks that the company set. They're obviously benchmarks that they're just that. They're just benchmarks. They are not required. There is no minimum. We know that in this. They are just benchmarks that over time Beachbody has shown through coaches that if you hit Success Club 5 or higher every month and you do it consistently, they say for at least 3 months. I mean, 3 months is great. My coach told me hit it for a year. But if you hit it successfully 3 months in a row, you will see a steady increase in your income, in rank advancing, in growing your team. Okay, so my goal when I first started was I was going to hit Success Club 5 every month for a year. That was my business goal, to be consistent with. And the reason why I wanted to do that was, one, we get swag every month. We get like fun prizes and things like that. And who doesn't want like swag? Like, I mean, I just got, actually, this is not for Success Club, but this is for the leadership, the Road to Elite. I just got this awesome book bag in the mail for hitting team leader this year. Like, really nice. So I don't know, that sort of stuff speaks to me. What also speaks to me and why I really wanted to strive for Success Club 5 every month was if you hit Success Club 5 every month, the next year you're going to be invited to register for our Success Club trip. And that is a trip where you only have to pay a deposit of $300 and your airfare, and the rest of the trip is taken care of. So I love to travel. Brian and I would go on trips every year since we've been married, before we were married, but every year. That's probably my parents' fault. We were travelers when I was little, but I have a travel bug. And I was like, look, Brian never traveled a day in his life. And I said, you're meeting me. We're going to travel every year. And that stuff's expensive. So now we don't take a, tropical vacation every year that we have to pay for. I'm getting that through my Success Club, hitting Success Club 5 or more every month. And now for what is this? This will be my third or fourth. I think fourth trip. Yeah, that makes sense. Fourth trip in March when we go to Punta Cana again. And I am all about it. So those are just some of the perks. And that is why my consistent goal for my business was Success Club 5. But you need to decide for yourself, what is your consistent goal going to look like? Let's see. So, okay, I want to kind of dive into when I said before, we have these things called vital behaviors. They are just things that they're just that, they're vital. So, I'm a former nurse, and what do you do the first thing when you go into a doctor's office or into the emergency room or into a clinic or into urgent care or, anything like that, the nurse's office at school? What is the first thing that people do, or the nurse or doctor does? Okay, go see Daddy and shut the door. They take your vital signs, and they take these vital signs, these several things, your blood pressure, your heart rate, your respirations, your pulse ox, because they are vital to you living and to figure out what to do to keep you living. So these couple things are our vital behaviors. They are vital in you doing every day, or at least I like to say 5 days a week, where you are doing them so consistently that they're just like, brushing your teeth in the morning. Well, that's probably not a good one for myself to use, because sometimes I don't brush my teeth till like 10 a.m. But I don't leave the house until like, school drop off, and I don't go anywhere. But I forget. So whatever, maybe that's a bad one. Okay, but they're vital. So the first one, it's called being a product of the product. I already said that. But I actually want to call it something different. I want to call it belief. Like, I think the number one thing you need to have is belief. And how can you have belief in our programs and products? How can you have belief in what you do as a coach? How can you have belief in being a team leader? You are being a product of the product. There is power in results. and the results, therein lies your success. So if you are someone who has not had a transformation with our programs and products, I urge you to go by the 3-day refresh tonight, and next week, do the 3-day refresh. Just like that, you're going to have results. You're going to be a product of one of our products, and you will believe. If you do the program the way it's written, you will have belief right there. So first and foremost, that is simple, being a product of the product. Now, I feel like there's a lot of people, there's us, and there's people who are like gung-ho every day. We never miss our shake, or we never miss our workout that day or whatever. But then there's other people who are like, really interested in what we do, or want to be a part of like your team, and they use Energize, or they have done a refresh here or there, or they drink Shakeology, but they go to CrossFit, or they do something else. So being a product of the product does not mean you do 80-day obsession, day 1 to day 80 to the T, and that's it. You can also do 80-day obsession and not do the part of time and nutrition and do 2B mindset or do something else. You can also drink Shakeology every day, but not do our workouts. You can drink Energize every day and go to CrossFit like my husband. So there's many ways to be a product of the product, but in growing your business, the best way you're going to be able to do that consistently is having results. Okay, so number 2. Next one, I actually ranked them myself, but because I think I ranked them in the order of I feel like their importance. So if you're already doing that, you're already drinking some sort of nutritional or using a fiber or digestive boost or whatever, you're doing a workout, that's great, number 1. Number 2, personal development. So how are you going to be successful in this business? You've got to do personal development every day. You've got to do personal development that does one of 3 things: helps you in your mindset, helps you with leadership, or helps you with business. So think mindset, think like all the Rachel Hollis goodness, okay? All of the, let's see, Rachel, like anybody Rachel Hollis, anything like that. The Brene Browns, trying to think, I don't have my books here because I haven't done my office yet. All that kind of stuff, the like feel good stuff, that's mindset. Leadership, that's going to be your John Maxwell, your Tony Robbins, your Bob Heilig, and your Virtual Upline podcast. That's going to be leadership type stuff. So it's going to help you lead other people. Now, if you're sitting here and you're like, well, I don't have a team to lead, that's okay. You should still read a book on leadership, because you should have a team someday. Like, you should have girls of your own who you want to do this with, who you're all doing the thing together, who you're going to Summit with, who you're going to Punta Cana with. Like, you be a leader, learn leadership now. Don't wait. And then number 3, business. That's like if you are reading a book on social media, or, getting clients. So GoPro, or Get Over Your Damn Self. Or let's see, there's, Chalene Johnson and her son, what's his name? I don't know, her son, I forget his name. And they do they do a lot of Instagram trainings and stuff for free. So pick your personal development that you need at the moment. And the other thing that I want to say about personal development is, while I really think that you should be reading some form of physical book, like even if it's just like 2 pages before you go to bed at night, personal development comes in so many aspects. So you don't have to just sit and read a book. Listen to a YouTube call, while you're in the shower, or while you're making dinner, or in the car, Audible, or just the free podcasts, like so many. There's never a reason anybody should be missing out on personal development, because we all drive every day and we can all listen to a podcast. Okay, so having belief in being a product of the product will, if you have consistent results to share, then you'll be consistent in your business. Personal development, that's just going to help you be confident all the time in sharing, okay? Which is getting to the next part, number 3, sharing what works for you in real life and on social media. So you should be, if you are being a product of the product, I don't know why you would be using our programs and products if you didn't enjoy them. So if you're enjoying them, if they're doing anything for you, anything, and this is a whole nother topic and call in and of itself, but like results or, non-scale, all the non-scale ways that Beachbody programs and products can help people. If you're having anything there, that's what you need to be sharing with your family and friends and on social media. First and foremost, your family and friends. Like, no, we do not have to go out and have house parties and ask people to come over and do like healthy happy hours and teach them all about our stuff. Like, we don't have to do that. Like, if something is if you love something, you're just gonna text your best friend or your sister, or you're gonna call your mom, or you're gonna tell your dad, like, hey dad, I am one coach away from being diamond. Can I get you to sign up and do the refresh next month with Shakeology? Like, you're going to share what works with your family and friends. So pick up the phone, go through your contacts, go to your text messages, and these are all the people you talk to all the time. Scroll through your texts and talk to people like you would talk to them in normal person, like face to face. Then you know that's just it. And it's not just like, make a list of your family and friends and start going down the list. Like, if you're a brand new coach, like, that's what I would advise. Like, every day, take like 2 people and say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to talk to my mom and my aunt. Or the next day, I'm going to talk to my cousin and my sister. Or the next day, I'm going to talk to my neighbor and that mom at playgroup or whatever, or my coworker or whatever. But if you're further along in your business, then you're just going to be inviting people that are watching you, and you're going to be on social media, and you're going to be inviting people that you just like see randomly throughout. So the next thing that I'll say is, while family and friends are great, I will say that a lot of people feel uncomfortable at first asking their family and friends, but we shouldn't, because those are the people that we, love and connect with the most. So we should ask them first, but we also should think about how much time we spend on social media. Okay. Like, I was trying to see this today. Oh, here we go. How much time we spend on social media. So I just pulled up my screen time, and I have been on social networking apps today for 3 hours and 24 minutes. And I can tell you that was not 3 hours and 24 minutes of power houring. So if you look at your screen time and you are on social media even more than 5 minutes, then I would say you should be using your social media to grow. And if you want to have a consistently successful business, you are going to have to be on social media. So let's dive in a little bit more into that. Social media, you are leading with you, not Beachbody. You are not Autumn. You are not Joel. Your posts and your stories should not be everything saying, graphics of UPF or the Lift for Life or things like that. That is their job, to promote the programs and products that they're part of creating. But anybody can go to Autumn and Joel or Amazon or eBay and get what they're talking about. You want people to connect with you and your story of why these programs and products have worked for you. So lead with you. And I promise you, it will feel so much easier on social media, sharing and writing a post or talking in your stories or doing an IGTV, when you talk about how you've changed or what's happening with you, rather than just talking about like opening up your ultimate reset or bar blend blocks and like all that kind of stuff. Like I just don't like that kind of stuff. Like I mean, I know it's necessary every now and then, but I just think you should lead with you instead of Beachbody. So next point to this is right now the hot spot that if you are going to be doing social media is you should be on IG stories, IGTV, and posting on your Instagram, like your feed, your wall. And that is the hot spot right now. I will say that Chalene Johnson, Brock is her son. They have been talking for like the last 3 or 4 months about how IGTV is really going to be big in 2020. So if you're not familiar with what IGTV is, you can just record like vertically on your phone a video of you, and I thought it had to be less than 10 minutes. I don't know really all the stats now, but you just record a video of yourself and you can upload it to your IGTV. So you don't even have to talk live. You can go on IG live and go live on IG, and then I think save it and then upload it to IGTV so you can have content everywhere, which they talk about a lot and they love. But if you're not like super comfortable yet with live video, I would maybe try out just like a little less than 5 minute recording. Like talk about your skincare. Well, maybe we shouldn't talk about skincare. No, talk about your skincare routine, or talk about doing your hair for date night, or talk about your toddler and what you're working on. Like talk about other things other than Beachbody, but like something that's entertaining, empowering, and educational. And like an IGTV, I like to think of that as more of a like an educational thing. Like I'd go on there to give like tips and value. IG stories, I think, is like more entertaining and like empowering kind of thing. And then your posts, that is like a riff-raff of everything, like in one. So start with your stories, venture out into IGTV this coming month, because I think it's really important, and then that actually goes into your feed as well. And then so let's talk about stories real quick. And I'm taking all of this from Chalene Johnson and Brock because they are like social media gods. So your IG stories, you want to talk 80% of your IG stories in 24 hours should be non-related to Beachbody. So 80%, and the other 20% can be related to Beachbody. So I'm going to use this as an example. I'm going to say 80% of my stories is, me and the family life, what we're having for dinner, if I got a rant about something, if I have to like share something amazing, if I have to ask a question or ask for advice, sharing my workout, sharing my energize, like, and I'm talking, or my Shako and I'm talking. Like all of that is like the 80%. The 20% I consider is like when you see the graphics of like, Bar Blend or MM100, like you've seen them, like the fancy stories and stuff. And the, this is what you get, this is what's in a challenge pack, or, this is what comes with my January accountability group. First 5 to sign up gets a $10 promo code. Like that is like that is like what I consider 20% and like your business in Beachbody. So think of your stories in that way. If you were to go to your stories from the last 24 hours right now, is 80% of it just about Emily and her life and like Anne Marie and her life? Or is 80% of it, talking all about Beachbody? Like think about it that way. So the other thing with stories is you want to use like GIFs all the time, or polls or the question box or just pictures. Like you don't want to ask a question in every or a poll in every slide, but use something because Instagram likes when you use what they're providing. Okay, so then talked about IGTV. Yes, real quick. Sorry, guys. So let's just go to the posts and in your feed right now. So I see a lot of people, you know, sharing the same thing all the time in their posts, and or they're not sure what to share, so they just throw something up and hope it sticks to the wall. Well, here is my like tried and true rule with this. It is better if you do not post than post something that you're just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. Because nothing is worse than like feeling like something is forced. Okay, so here's what I do with posts, and I'm getting this from Shalene. They suggest posting on your page either once a day or once every like 2 to 3 days, or like 5 times a day. And there's just something there that they find like that it just is like a thing. Like, and you're gonna find like I don't have time to post 5 times a day, and I don't think any of you guys do. So I think we should all just like take that out of the out of the box right now. But post once a day, like something. And they say that your Instagram feed, when you go to it, you're like when you go to your somebody's page, you should see something different. Like I shouldn't see like 3 pictures. Well, I shouldn't see 3 sweaty selfies, like, 3 team pictures, or, 3 things of Shakeology or whatever. You want to have different things. Like you can see, like, there's a picture of me, there's weights, there's Bryce, there's family, there's baby Bryce, there's me. This is my face is not even there. I was like highlighting the shirt. This is, family time, family. I got to do more stuff like posting about friends and the team and stuff. Like that's my downfall is I don't post enough about coaching and like the team and the friendships. So I can see right here doing a little evaluation on my own thing. Like I have to post more things about coaching and team life and things like that. Or just more pictures of group photos, because you have to post what you want to attract. And what I want to attract is other moms and women who like want to go have a fun time in Punta Cana or on a cruise. Like that's who I want to attract. And so if I was looking at this right now, I would probably be like, well, she's got a cute kid. Her husband's cute. But I don't know, like that's cool. I don't know. I wouldn't be like, oh wow, like I want to go hang out with this girl. um, so that's just a little, self eval right there. They also suggest that for every like 9 photos, you have like 1 side by side. So you can see I like one there, a couple rows down. I don't know if you guys can even say another couple rows down, but you guys kind of can probably get the point of that. The other thing that I'll say about your Instagram profile is that you want to have like an intro, that little bio there, that's interesting and intriguing. You don't want it to say Team Beachbody Coach. You don't want it to say, like Emerald Coach. You don't want to have your Beachbody link there. You want to have like things that are interesting about you. So I just kind of like redid mine after going to like a bunch of pages that I like to follow. I like looked at their ideas, and these people, nothing said like what they did like business wise, or so I'll just, for an example, I like cleanish eating. I'm really into like self-care and really trying to like make sure internally I'm feeling good. And then a lot of boy mom adventures. And then I just did something else. Love to travel, laugh with friends, and lead women to make an impact while figuring out this life. So, I mean, It doesn't say anything about Beachbody. I'm leading with myself. So go to a couple pages that you specifically seek out and go to and see what their profiles say, and just kind of take ideas, but make obviously your own. Okay, and then the other thing that I was going to say is about your posts. So remember when you're posting or on stories, the 3 E's, and I already said them, but I'll highlight them again. So you want to really try to go on your social media and be either educational, entertaining, or empowering. And those are the 3 things. So you want to be somebody on your, and then people are like, well, what if I don't have anything? I don't have anything to say. There are some days where then I don't go on, because I don't want to go to somebody's like page that I like look to and hear like anything less than like feeling empowered, laughing, and like learning something new. Like that's what I'm into. And that's what keeps me positive and happy and like trying to live my best life every day. So that I just think that you should live by those rules. And so does Chalene Johnson, quite frankly. um, okay, so entertaining, empowering, and educational. And the last thing I was going to say was, okay, so your posts, like either tell a story and share what you want to share, or keep it light and fresh. But like, figure out your jam and your rhythm with it. And it's okay to like have that be in the works and figure it out. Like you don't have to just have this perfectly curated feed in order to have a consistently successful business. Like that is not how it works. Okay, so now let's move from, where you're sharing to and what you're sharing about, to how you're going to like, who are these people that you're going to share with? Like, where are these people coming from? You've got to connect with people, okay? You've got to be either connecting with your already, like however many followers you already have. When I started on Instagram with Beachbody, I already had Instagram prior, but I had about 153 followers on Instagram. Now, I'm not going to say that you should strive for a number, because I really don't think numbers mean anything. There are so many like fake accounts and bots out there and things like that. But you should strive to see the number go up and new people coming into your feed that you like, and new stories showing up that you want to like watch. So one of the coaches in the network has this rule for her coaches, and she's like, don't get to 1,000 followers before you hit 1-star diamond. And I think that's she doesn't want you to hit 1-star diamond and have more than 1,000 followers. And I think that's a really good rule to think and to like keep us grounded, because if we think about it, what does it take to be emerald and rank advance and grow your team? 2 coaches. What does it take to be diamond? Technically it takes 8, but to be a solid diamond, probably 12. What does it take to be a 1-star diamond? So this is her thing. I don't want you to have more than 1,000 followers until you're 1-star diamond. 1-star diamond, 8 to 12 for diamond. 1-star is 10 you have to have. So like 10 to 14. And if you have 1,000 followers, that's 1,000 people. If you have 1,000 good followers, you don't need 1,000 to have 14 coaches underneath of you. So does that kind of make sense? Like, don't want you to focus on growing to be a number. I've seen a lot of people in the last couple of weeks doing vision boards and things online, other coaches, and they have like their Instagram icon, and it's like, hit 10K in followers or whatever. Like, I don't think that's specific enough. I don't think that's a smart goal. I don't think it's specific. I don't think there's really like anything behind that. I think you guys understand what I'm saying there. But okay, so connecting with people. So whoever already follows you, connect with them. Go through your followers, just start going down the alphabet. Like, A, are any of those people are like, oh, cool, I'd love to have them in a challenge group, or oh, cool, I'd love to invite them to Super Saturday, or this girl, that is who I want going to, the 2021 trip, wherever that's going to be. We'll find that out on Super Saturday, actually, this in January. So, and if so, then start connecting with them. If it's somebody you knew from high school, if it's somebody you knew from college, if it's somebody you knew from grade school, however you know them, if you're like, yes, then connect with them. Just say hi, ask them how the holidays were. You know, that's all you have to do to connect. You just have to say hi. Then beyond, and then so you go through your followers, and then if there's somebody in A and you're like, not really like the person that I want to ask, then totally fine. Just go to the next person or unfollow them. Like, you don't, if they're not somebody you want to ask and you don't really care to follow them, then probably shouldn't be in your feed. So then how do you find new people? Because we do want to be finding new people to connect with, because eventually, my 153 followers that I started with, well, I'm almost 5 years into this. I probably need more than 153 now. You want to find people you have things in common with. I'm not going to go into, figuring out who you are and what you are about, but you know what I'm talking about when I say find people you have things in common with. So right now, I am in the throes of kindergarten. And so I am looking for other moms who have kids in kindergarten to connect with, because I don't freaking know, like, how many sight words my kids need to know. So if I go follow other kindergarten moms, maybe they're sharing about their kindergarten life. I'm following things like that pertain to me right now. And then as you start looking for more people, then Instagram is going to kind of get an idea of who you want to like be showing up. And so when you go to like your explore page, that's like the magnifying glass at the bottom, that page is going to start to be becoming filled with like people you want to look at, or people you want to like find their followers is more the key. So a lot of times in my page comes up, let's see, so this is like a good one. For instance, I love Friends. I think many of you know that. So Friends comes up in my explore page a lot. So this is like an actual picture of the girls, like recently. So I would go into their followers, or not followers, sorry, the people that liked that photo, and I would just start looking through, and I would start, seeing if anybody's picture catches my eye. Anybody's picture looked like a normal human being, and I would click follow. And I do this like a lot. So I will find like 50 people here. I'll just look at their picture. I do not go into their profile. I do not like watch their stories. I'll just find 50 pictures that I'm like, you're normal and you have a normal name. And I'll just click follow, 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 follow. And the purpose of just doing 50 at a time is, if you do more than 50, then Instagram kind of like locks down your account for a little bit, because they think maybe you've been hacked. But the other purpose is that this is just to grow your following. So the people that you followed that are like real and like go to your page once they see you followed them are going to look at your page and they'll be like, do I want to follow her? And if so, they will follow you back. And then once they follow you back, like, we're getting notified who follows us, right? So like, I just got notified that Katie followed me. So we get notified who follows us, and then you can go into the notifications of who follows you, and I'll just use like Katie for an example. Oh, somebody named Katie followed me 10 minutes ago. I'll go into her page. Oh my gosh, well, she's got some cute kids in these pictures. She is working out. That's awesome. And I'm just pretending I don't know Katie right now. And I see like a lot of smiles and bright photos and a lot of like, looks like, going out and friends in the community and that sort of thing. Yeah, I'll follow. Or if it was like, well, she's got like, you know, 10 pictures of her cat, and then, all these like quotes, and like there's not one picture where I see actually her face. I don't know if that's going to really like make me jive. I'm not going to really know who Katie is. So then I will just unfollow. Um, okay, so that's how you're going to connect with people, finding things you enjoy. You can also look up brands. You can go to bloggers maybe that you follow and look like through people who comment and things like that. There's a bunch of ways to connect. Okay, so we're still in that third vital behavior of sharing what works for you, aka inviting. And there's been like a threefold under that. Connecting. Sorry, we're in the threefold. Connecting. Inviting is the next one, the actual hard invite, because you are going to have to actually hard invite people once you've connected with them, okay? Do not ever slide into somebody's inbox if you have never had a conversation with them, if they have never watched one of your stories or liked your posts, and invite them to an accountability group because you don't know anything about them. I mean, maybe you've looked through their page and you're like, she's my girl and I want to hang out with her, so I'm going to invite her to be in my group. But 9 times out of 10, it just doesn't work that well. So that's why you want to connect with people first. Get to know people, kind of like dip your toes in the water, dating a little bit, watch some of their stories. Then you want to, interact with their stories or their posts. Then you want to invite with those people, and you want to privately message them with something short and sweet and to the point with a hard start date, okay? You want to set an expectation that they have to let you know by a certain time. Otherwise, people are just going to drag their feet, okay? Then after that's so threefold. So that's we're at 2 now. So 3. The third thing after connect, invite is attract. And you're going to so you're going to invite somebody. Then the attracting part is they're going to see that you invited them, and they're obviously going to be 110% in the right space to say yes right then and there. Emily, tell me how to sign up with a challenge pack tonight. Or 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, I don't know. I've been watching her. She seems kind of cool, but I don't know if this could work for me, or I don't want to waste my money, or I don't have time, or all the objections, right, that we hear. So you're going to want to keep sharing. So don't just do stories and posts and things and then just radio silence for like a week or a month. Like, you want to keep showing up. One of the coaches that I follow, Julie Voorhees, she's been a coach for 10 years. She's amazing. I love her because she is like a middle-aged mom from Indiana, and just there is literally nothing special about her. I mean, she is special. Like, I love her, but if you didn't know her, there's nothing special about her. But what she said today, I watch her stories like every day just because I get good value from her. She said in her morning post, "Are you tired of seeing me make my energizing collagen every morning?" Sometimes I think you probably are tired of it. And then in the next story, she was like, "I totally understand. However, if I was looking for a coach to keep me accountable, I would want the coach that I see showing up every day and being accountable." And like that really triggered, like that made me feel good, because there are people, because we've all heard like people are like, "Oh God, you post every day." Like, yeah, post every day because it's such a big part of my life. It's done amazing things for me, and I want to be the coach that I would want. So, you know, you know, um, think of you are going to want people on your team and in your challenge groups. You want to show them what kind of people you want. Like, you don't want people who, started a program 3 days in, then took a week off because they were too sore. Like, No, you have to be your best challenger. Like, you want a rock star challenger, you be a rock star challenger. You want a rock star coach on your team, show up and be a rock star coach, because they're only going to get to be a rock star coach or challenger from what they learned from you. So the way she said it, it kind of like gave me all the good feels. Like, yeah, I'm not sorry for showing up in my workout every day, or showing up with my, morning, whatever I do. Like, if I do my gratitude journal that day or devotional with my Energize right there. I'm not sorry about that, because I am being consistent in my morning routine that does a lot for me as a mom and human. Like, you like show up and be consistent, because those are the coaches that people want to work with. So you have to keep attracting, which means sharing, so the people watch you. Then I'm going to tell you this fact. We've probably heard it before, but it takes like anywhere from 7 to 10 touches for somebody to hear something before it like actually sinks in, and they're like, oh yeah, me right here, I'm good, yep, me. For the majority of the population, like I said, you're going to get the people who are going to be like, Emily posted the right thing at the right time, and I'm 110% in. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to be talking to people who it's going to take them some time to like really see you be consistent and share and know that they can trust you. And you want to be like, I think our team, like, I really pride myself on our team being trustworthy coaches. Like, nobody that none of my coaches and none of their coaches, like, we're not people who are just like flaky coaches. We are like, we are here to help people. Um, so keep showing up and show people the 7 to 10 times. That being said, because you connected, you've engaged with them, you've invited them, and they didn't answer you, or they did answer you and they gave you an objection, and then you're still sharing, and you're sharing 7 to 10 times. Now I'm going into our fourth vital behavior. Okay? You have to follow up with people. So you have to keep a running list of people you've invited, and you have to keep going back to that list, like revolving through it and following up with people, because everybody gets crazy busy. Everybody sees a message, and then their kid walks in the room, and then you're like, shoot, where am I? What day is it? Who am I? Like, everybody gets distracted, which is like probably 90% of why people don't respond back. Like, I think a lot of people actually really have good intentions of replying, and then they get distracted. I literally just had a mom the other day say to me, and it's been like 3 weeks. She's like, oh my God, like, I thought I answered you back from this, and there's nothing here. So, like, people are busy, things happen, and I'm going to say, like, most of the time, they are not just straight up ignoring you and being rude. Um, so you have to follow up with people, and you have to re-invite them, or you have to re-engage with them. You have to like talk to them on their stories or talk to them on their posts. Like, you have to re-engage. Okay. So that was our vitals, like our vital statistics, our vital signs, what we need to do every day to to grow a consistently successful business. Okay. Now, really quickly, just to kind of end the call, I'm going to spend the next few minutes talking about more of these benchmarks that you can use to grow your business, and why I 1000% feel like they are super like why you need them. Like, I really do think. So maybe you're like, I don't know what kind of a business goal to set. Maybe you don't have like a specific income goal that you want. Maybe you don't have this one, like a student loan that you're trying to pay off, and there's a certain amount every month. I'm just gonna use that as an example, like a specific SMART goal. And maybe you're just like, I don't know, like, it would be really great to, um, you know, um, earn the trip instead of paying for a trip next year with my husband or my friend or whatever it is. You really want to strive for Success Club 5 every month. It is not hard, you guys. I promise you, if you are doing our vital signs, our vital behaviors, then there should be no reason why you're not hitting Success Club 5. I promise you, 1000%, if you are doing these things 5 days a week at least, you will be able to hit Success Club 5, okay? Every month. And Success Club 5 every month is going to get you the swag. You see I have a Beachbody shirt on. This is from 1 month. It's a thermal. It's the best shirt ever. You're going to get swag. You're going to get shout outs. You're going to get trip dollars. You're going to get the chance to receive your Summit ticket for free, or to be invited to parties at Summit that only like certain coaches are invited to. Okay, so strive for that. Strive for Success Club 5. And Success Club 5 just means you're helping 3 new people a month with a challenge pack or a completion pack. And a challenge pack, I think, as we all know because we've all signed up with one, is BOD and then some sort of nutritional. And the completion pack is when you already have BOD and you're tacking on the nutritional. Okay, Success Club 5, or I want to give you an option here because I think, like I said, it's not just cut and dry Success Club 5, or 250 in personal volume. Now you're probably like, what is personal volume? So personal volume, so every item we have to sell in your coach shop is linked to a volume amount. And that volume amount is associated with a retail commission that you earn. So if I am saying just as shoot for 250 a month, I pulled it up here, so I just wanted to use this as an example. Maybe somebody isn't ready for annual BOD, bar, Shakeology. Maybe they just want to start with a workout. And there's nothing wrong with that, you guys. Guys, if you sign one person up for $99 BOD, you make $40. Like, that's great. $40. So, what I was gonna say was, so not only do you make $40, but you're making 40 in volume in that PV. So that's what I mean by things are attached to a volume. What if you have somebody who's like, I just want to do like a little cleanse or a detox, and you're like, well, what about the 3-day refresh? It's great. It's a great way to get you like better habits in just 3 days. You're eating, no starvation, you eat three times a day. Like, what about that? So it's $65 and it's like 52 in volume. So what if you just strive to hit a certain amount of volume every month and that be your goal? I say Success Club 5 or the 250 because I think it's smarter to have a specific goal to go for than just say, I want to help 3 people this month. Like, I think that's just, what do you want to help 3 people with? Or do you want to help 3 people with a challenge pack? Or do you want to help, however much it is to get 250 in volume a month? I mean, people need different things at different times. So that's what I want to say about Success Club and volume. I think those are like good parameters for any coach to start with. And it's not hard, you guys. You can do these tasks of inviting and connecting and growing in less than like 30 minutes if you're diligent with your time. Okay, the next part that I want to just briefly talk about is consistently growing a consistently successful business also means you're not doing all the work yourself, okay? You are earning more money and earning rank advancements and prizes and more swag for being a different rank of a coach because you're growing a team. And there's nothing wrong with you being a coach, hitting Success Club 5 every month and, going on your merry way. And I'm gonna tell you right now, like if one of you were my coaches and you did that, I'd be like, you go girl, like that is amazing. However, if you're doing that, you are a really great coach and you should help other people do the same thing you're doing with the coaching opportunity. Okay. You want to bring somebody alongside you and do this with you. You want to have girls to go on trips with, go to Summit, go to Super Saturday. You want to get together for workouts on the weekend. You want to have people to do this with. Like, that is the number one thing, like, about Team Beachbody, is we're community driven. And there's nothing better than like having a team. And you're probably like, well, I don't think I could have a team. I'm not a leader. 153 followers on Instagram, guys. Wallflower. Super shy. If my husband walked in here right now, I'd probably be like it just makes me uncomfortable. But like, there is nothing better than like doing this with other people, like other friends, and making friends, and like, you know, meeting people all across the country. It's like awesome. So your first goal, if you are just a coach level, I am challenging you to mid-January rank advance to Emerald. It's just signing 2 coaches up. It's just having 2 friends or a family member and a friend, or 2 people you've met on Instagram that you are cool with, like asking 2 of them to sign up and try to do this with you. If they're already going to do a program, if they're already, going to try this out, why not? They've got nothing to lose, okay? So, I mean, take that as a goal to set for yourself for January. Hit Emerald. 2 coaches, that's it. SMART goal, very specific, okay? If you're already Emerald, how about going Emerald again? And then again, and then again, and you'll be Diamond. So strive for that goal and put a date to it, okay? Maybe Diamond by March 1st. Like, totally doable. Same thing. And so what I want to say about your rank advancements is, once you become an Emerald coach, you start qualifying for weekly bonuses, which means like weekly income that's a bonus that like you didn't have to sell more products for. Once you become an Emerald coach, you have 2 coaches underneath of you, and whatever volume those coaches produce, you are going to get a part of, okay? You're not getting their commissions. It has nothing is being taken away from your people. You are just earning something else that Beachbody gives, totally aside. It's not coming out of their commissions at all. And the really cool thing about this is that, well, I think it's cool, is that in order for you to receive that income every week, you have to still hit benchmarks. Like, this isn't just smooth sailing. I'm going to sign up, 8 people, be a Diamond coach, and let them do all the work. That's not how this works. And why would you ever want to just sit idly by? Like, again, we don't have those kind of people on our team. We don't recruit those kind of people. Those aren't the type of girls we're all, working to link arms with. But you have to consistently still be hitting benchmarks in order to receive these bonuses. And I think that's really cool because it keeps you growing. Okay, so let me see real quick. I saw somebody pop up in the chat. Yes, okay. Team Cup, Anne-Marie has asked, she has seen some clips on the Beachbody Champions page about Team Cup. Team Cup is in February every year. And the object of Team Cup is to link up with, I'm not sure, maybe Anne-Marie even knows this, but in the past it's been a team of 5, but I think sometimes they've done a team of 3. So I have to, you would have to find the fine-tuned details on that. But you link up with 2 or 4 other coaches to be a team of 3 or 5, and all you guys do is work together from February 1st to February 28th. I mean, I don't know, maybe 29th. It's a leap year. I don't know. And your goal is to just help as many people as you can with challenge packs. It is challenge pack driven, I believe. And the more people you sign up, they have swag that you can win for different tiers, different levels of, you know, how many points you have if you hit Success Club, if your whole team hits Success Club, if you hit Success Club and rank advance. I will say a lot of you on this call are coaches of Jen Sturgis and Carrie Briscoe. 2 years ago, I was on a team with Carrie, Jen, and me, Carrie, Jen, and two other people, two other coaches. There was 5 of us, and we made it to the number 6 team in the Northeast region for the cup. Like, so I don't know how many people that's in the Northeast region. I mean, there were tons of teams, but we made it to rank number 6. And actually, this is where we won this shirt. We won a bunch of great prizes that team. Jen rank advanced, Carrie rank advanced. They both rank advanced to diamond that month. And we all just worked together really closely. So basically, you come together with the 4 people you want to work with. You set your own goal. You set a team goal. And all month, all you guys do is just work, work, work. Like, it is kind of like just a way to get you to work with other people, collaborate, what's working, what's not, hold each other super accountable, and just for 28 days, just so you can like say, look, I gave it 28 days of hardcore work. And so here's the thing. You will be, if you do that for 28 days, you will be guaranteed to see your business blow up in the next couple months, because all of that work leads to the next couple months worth of success. So it's a really fun team building, team culture kind of thing. You don't have to be on a team with your coach or your coach's coaches. You can team up with anybody in the network. You can team up with, yes. So you can team up with anybody in the network, anybody on other teams within our big team, anybody at all. I suggest you find people that have similar goals as you, people that you want to work with, that sort of thing. Or, you know, it's really cool sometimes people will put on the team page like, hey, I really want to participate in Team Cup, win this cool swag, and really try to like blow up my business. I'm looking to hit this goal, work as a team, and like do a Zoom every week or morning Zooms or whatever. Does anybody think this sounds good? Kind of like dating, like find your like people. But it is really fun, and everybody should always do it. Like, I'll be on a team with people. I'm glad you asked that. So it's really fun. I'll put details in the big team page about that so you guys can read. But does anybody if you have any other questions, anybody really quickly, you can pop them into the chat about anything I said or anything you just need to know about. Otherwise, I will put this recording up in the team page. I just really asked if you were on this call. So right now it's Katie, Ashley, and Anne-Marie. If you were on this call, just like in the Team Be Fit, Be Free page, if you could just say when you see the recording, like, you know, tag a friend, maybe tag another coach and say, hey, listen into this call. Or if you found like one thing that I said that was helpful, that would be great. So somebody else could see it and be like, oh, I should listen to that team call. I'd really appreciate that. But I really appreciate your guys' time tonight. I know it's like in the middle of Christmas and New Year's. Hope this was helpful. If you need to like go through again and listen and just hear those vital signs, vital behaviors that I talked about, go in and listen to them. Quite honestly, each one of them we can do like separate calls on and talk more in depth about each one. But this really gives you guys a framework of what you need to be doing, like I said, at least 5 days a week. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys have a great New Year's. Happy New Year, everybody. And we will all talk soon, I'm sure. Have a great night, girls. Thanks for getting on.